Hi again, everybody. Today I want to talk about the 7 color contrasts and the effects of black and white on color. So let's look at a few slides. So if we go back to who I mentioned, Chevreul, the guy who first was thinking about color opposites, he identified 7 color contrasts, which are what allows us to perceive colors differently from one another. And these are contrast of hue, contrast of value, saturation, temperature, size, or extension, simultaneous contrast, and complementary contrast. And we're always using, generally, more than one of these at a time. So we're using some combination of these whenever we're seeing different colors. For example, if we've got a tinted red, which is pink, so that's a higher, brighter value, and differentiated from a deep blue, which is a lower, darker value, we've got contrast of value and contrast of hue. One is pink, the other is blue, and likely saturation and maybe even temperature. So if we look at the blue and the pink next to each other, we can see that they're different values, they're different hues, and they're different temperatures or amount of heat. So the pink is a lot warmer than the blue. The blue feels cooler. So I want to look at the contrast of value a little more in depth. We did a project on the grayscale, but I want to look at what black and white do to colors. And we'll look at some extreme examples, therefore, of hue and value and saturation, and sometimes temperature when we've got black and white involved with color. And dyad just means a pairing or a coupling, or we can call it a couplet too. So that just means 2 colors next to each other. And if you remember, black and white aren't traditional colors. They do have profound effects upon their surrounding colors. They're extremes. They come off of the spectrum, but they're not part of the spectrum. So black would be total absence of light, total absence of color, whereas white would be, in an additive system, all the colors at once, so all the light coming back at our eyes. So as a pair, they make the highest form of value contrast, black and white, the very extremes of the grayscale. So paired with color, they've got unique effects through the contrasts that we mentioned. Generally, black with color makes the color feel deeper in intensity and saturation. The color can even seem more moody or have an uncertain character. It also tends to warm the color. White, on the other hand, tends to lock in the color. It's a lot less mysterious. It makes the color itself appear deeper in value, and it seems like it sanitizes color. It makes color feel more contained and the boundaries more certain. It tends to cool down color. So black on white usually sticks out very strongly, and so does white upon black. Black subdivides white, cuts into it, and can easily project long and thin shapes like letters. So text really seems to pop out of white. And white and black, so black on top of white, is the most easily legible at a distance. White appears to pop out on top of black, but it's not as easily legible at a distance. So if you think of a road sign with black on top of white, the white background makes more sense and is more readily available because we've got ambient light all around us. So it's like set up to have black text upon it. If we contrast that with white on top of black, anytime we're seeing black in daylight, we've got that same ambient light hitting it. So the black isn't as dark as it could be. So we don't have the amount of contrast of black and white happening there. So white on top of black is not as easily visible at a distance as black on top of white. And black, therefore, obviously is easily readable on the higher value colors. So black on yellow is easily read. White is easier to read, makes great contrast on the middle to darker values. So here's an example of design use. And here we've got black on top of white. So it's very clear, it's very straightforward, and reflects some of the attributes of the brand. Here we've got white on top of black, and we get this sense that the colors are more mysterious and moody. So there's some really common uses of these dyads, and it's on road signs. So black on yellow means caution. White on green is navigation information. Black on white are rules. Black on orange is imminent danger. So different than caution, black on orange is danger. White on blue is human needs. And white on brown is recreation. So in the next video, I'll show you what the assignment is, but obviously we're going to be working with black and white and color. And this is a much easier project than the last one about desaturation. And we'll see some really obvious effects of black and white on color. So I will see you